the Riot podcast, Valentine's Day edition. The Riot, the show that always questions but never asks.
Oh,
yeah, I'm trying out some new
liner
always
writing mode.
questions but never asks.
Yeah, I'm trying some new taglines for the show.
That's a good one.
Yeah, is it?
Well, I'm just gonna be supportive.
Yeah.
So you'll never know.
Isaiah, do you like it?
I don't know what that means.
Exactly.
Don't play that
but
way
it
just to
sounds
get out
smart.
of
It sounds smart though.
It does. And it
Doesn't
makes people question on if you hear something and you're like, well, it feels like I should be supportive of it because if not, I must be dumb. So you just got to go for it.
Just go along with it. All right, well, let's stick with that then. The show that always questions but never asks.
Happy Valentine's Day to everybody if you're watching this on Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. You guys have any big plans?
I think I'm going to do the wings that I was going to make for the Super Bowl on Sunday, but I never did. So I still have those.
Because Valentine's Day is your Super Bowl.
Well, I thought so. Eric even found these chicken nuggets that are heart-shaped.
Nice work.
And they actually look pretty cute. So maybe we'll do a chicken dinner or something.
Yeah, my wife and I will have a little dinner date tonight, and then we'll probably do something a little bigger on the weekend. But that is still up in the air.
Any plans, Isaiah?
I think I'm going to get one of those. This was something my mom used to do all the time when I lived at home. She would get one of those Donato's heart-shaped pizzas.
Oh, yeah. Cute.
Donato's is my favorite. I might do that. Haven't decided yet. We'll see.
Now,
Why can't you just call your mom and say, hey, I'd love to see you.
Maybe we should do pizza.
What should we do? And then she'll take the initiative to order the pizzas for you.
That's a good idea.
His mom has a date with his dad.
Probably.
Oh, they're older. No
Yeah.
parents' dates.
Invited.
They're not
you could be a
dating.
third
I'll just
wheel.
show up.
How do you cut a heart-shaped pizza?
What, with
In the shape
dough?
of a heart.
Yeah.
No,
I
just
get what he means.
Yeah,
No, he
actually, I
means,
like that.
How do you cut it? What shapes?
Oh, squares. I mean, it's Donato's. It's squares.
You have a heart shape if you get even
Have you
more
had?
haywire.
No, that's the biggest lie when it comes to pizza places today because you expect you're getting a normal size pizza. The heart-shaped pizzas that they're selling.
Yep.
You could just pick it up and eat it. You don't even need to cut it.
They're
because
personal.
It is personal size.
Well, maybe they figure if you're ordering a heart-shaped pizza, you're alone. And that's just what you're doing to make yourself feel better.
The first year I ordered, I got them from, I think it was Jets. And when I picked them up, I was like, oh no. They were too small. So there was a Chinese restaurant next to it. So I went and got orange chicken to go with the pizzas. And let me tell you, that was an amazing combination.
Yeah, that sounds like a great Valentine's
Chinese
Day.
food and pizza.
And I want to do Valentine's Day at your house.
Well, anytime.
See, now I'm looking at Valentine's Day deals.
Oh, is there any?
And there are a bunch of them, actually. Buca di Beppo, Cap City, El Vaquero.
I don't wanna
one
go
of my
out,
personal
out.
favorites. Hudson 29 Marcella's, Mitchell's Ocean Club, the Avenue Steak Tavern,
Oh, that sounds
the Guild
expensive.
House. I mean, of course, it's Valentine's Day. These are all the special
Only
places.
the best.
But those
All of them are
places-
it's like a two-person meal where you get dessert or something.
Those would feel like it's
that's
too late to go to
discrimination.
those already.
Yeah, you need
Yeah.
reservations. And also, that's discriminatory. Why can't there be deals for single people?
Oh,
You
they
can-
can. They're just a little bit more food.
You can just go and eat the 2 portions. I mean, no one's going to stop you. It's like, what are they going to
Precisely.
say? We're not
What
going
are you doing for Valentine's Day? I'm going alone, getting the date night deal.
there's nothing wrong with that. That's your leftovers for the next day.
That's smart.
See, I was looking to see if there's any fast food ones, but
White Castle.
They got you anyways.
There's
They
no
got you if
fast
you're
Did
depressed.
you see, Nikki? I think you weren't here. White Castle brought back the Valentine's Day date night for the first time since
Oh, I didn't know they took it away.
pre-COVID. Yeah, hasn't been
Oh.
around since COVID.
I can't do White Castle.
Well, there's none around anymore
They closed the
Because-
one down.
because they couldn't do date night.
I guess it was
That
too
was
much.
their big
The
draw.
last time I went to a White Castle, it was right before one of our Riot Christmas parties. Like we do them at Christmas time on air for you guys.
Yeah.
And I was at the pay window, and the guy was super nice. And he's like, hey, hang on. And there's a car in front, and I could just hear screaming. And the guy at the food window is just screaming at the workers, and he's refused to move. So he's not doing anything.
Uh-oh.
And then eventually the worker comes back. He's all apologetic as the guy's just every word you just
can imagine.
can imagine. And so he hands me the food through the the money window one.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, that guy's not leaving anytime soon. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry for you. But
my
that was my last time. I can't eat the hamburgers there. I don't like them.
Yeah, I
no,
think
the breakfast was good though.
I think the move for most people tonight, if you do not have a date, you know where you should head? Back by popular demand, Hooters. Because you can go to Hooters, and if you shred a picture of your ex, you earn 10 free wings.
It's not.
Whoa.
I'm
going to pretend to be single tonight.
You sound excited for that.
10 free wings if you go there and you bring a picture of your ex and you shred it.
Me and my
Okay.
wife will go individually. That'll be our date night. We'll
That's
each
a
bring
good
a picture
idea.
of each other. We'll sit separately.
This
And
is
you guys will
my
shred
So
'em.
romantic.
This is my last story for this podcast intro. But when we were kids, we were in, I think, North Carolina or South Carolina. And I remember with my parents taking us, like we were younger, and they're like, hey, let's try this Hooters place. And I remember walking in, and my mom walked right
Back out.
and we did not eat there. And my dad's like, what? And you're like, nope, we're leaving.
Sheesh.
We're not going.
What a different world.
So,
Back
nope,
in the day.
Yeah.
never been there.
Yeah,
All right,
now
well,
it's a
you guys-
household name now.
Well, you guys enjoy a broken household. No. You guys enjoy the podcast for today. Do have a wonderful Valentine's Day. No matter if you're doing something with someone or by yourself. Hopefully in this podcast, we'll give you some ideas and just enjoy the day, whatever you're doing.
And we'll catch you tomorrow.
Okay?
See you guys.
Bye.
Don't say we didn't warn you. This is the worst of the riot.
I've got one tip for you. If you want to if you want to be more likely to get a date, here's what you got to do. Have a dog in your dating profile.
Oh, yeah, that's been talked about.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I've got a new survey here.
Just make it your dog.
Of British adults that says that 2/3 of people are more likely to match with somebody that has a dog in their profile picture. And because of for those people, 6 in 10, 60% say they believe owning a dog is a good sign that a person is ready to settle down into a committed relationship.
Do you have Jim in your profile, or is he just like in one of your featured pics?
He's all over the place.
He's all
Yeah.
over.
I've got Jim in a sweater on there. I've got some comments about Jim. I've got another photo of Jim.
And it hasn't worked yet.
Oh, no, he's a killer on there. I mean, he is my most popular
But
whole
he's
aspect of the
probably,
profile.
maybe the people you're matching with feel tricked, though, because it's about, they say that the dog is a good sign that someone's ready to settle down in a committed relationship. And then they start talking to you.
And they're like, this guy, he is no good.
Uh-huh.
This
He's all
dog's
over the
clearly a
place.
sham.
Or they find out you've spanked your dog.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
but
just no good.
I do think this is helpful information, though, of course. And so, but the problem is there's a lot of people out there that don't have dogs to put in their dating profile picture, which is why I'd like to come to you two guys with a business venture.
Ooh, so owe us some
And
extra
that is
money.
where we loan out our dogs for dating profile picture shoots.
Have you taken a picture with your dog? Do they like to sit still for
No,
a photo?
definitely not.
Our dogs are not the one.
Yeah,
Your
no,
best
but
bet would be go to a dog park. We call it the bark park.
Mm-hmm.
And you just go there and you just meet. Oh, that'd be so weird, right? Can I take a picture with your dog?
I would say no.
And they're like,
which is
"What?"
why you have to have people like us that will loan our dogs to you
We
for
can
the right
facilitate
price.
it.
And then
But-
after the first date, you're
And-
like, I kind of want to meet your dog. And you're like, nah, actually, no. It'd probably be best if we didn't meet our
No,
dog.
you say the
Wow.
dog passed away.
Dog's gone. I'm sorry.
That's
Or
the
you
worst.
can explain, and this comes with the service, that actually that dog belongs to a friend of mine, but I just thought he or she was so cute that
That's a red flag.
Yeah.
what? That I
If
thought I'd
you
take a picture. I
use-
was dog sitting. Dog sitting, you
Oh,
could
you're
say.
dog sitting? You put that in your profile picture on Hinge?
This is, I was
No.
dog sitting for my friend Hudson. Oh, where was Hudson? Hudson
That's a
was
catfish.
in the Cayman Islands.
Islands.
Yeah, that's right, the Cayman Islands. And then I will back up your story that you dog sat Zafira the dog while I was in the Cayman Islands.
I don't
Catfish.
know. Remember, if you just start adding lies upon lies upon lies, it's hard. It'll unravel one day.
Unless you've got someone to back them up.
and
like
you're the
me.
one.
I think
I
if
will-
you're looking for a good relationship, you probably shouldn't lead off with a lie. That's why I just come out front with it. I say I have one of the worst dogs in all of Ohio, all of the United States, all of anywhere. I have one of the worst dogs. That way, when they meet him, they won't expect that he's going to be like cute and nice. I just tell him off the rip, he's terrible.
He's awful. You're like, I'm just looking for a mom for my dog.
For my badly behaved
looking
dog.
for some support here.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm struggling as a single father.
Well, if you want to change your profile pic, wait till tomorrow. Valentine's Day is not worth it. Just
No.
come out strong tomorrow and it'll be fine.
And my service still stands, even though
you
Nikki and
want.
Isaiah are not supportive.
I got some pretty cute dogs. You are welcome to try. They just really don't like photos.
It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
Is it okay to eat in bed?
Are we talking snacks or like, hey, it's dinner?
Well, based off of that, Nikki's answer is clearly yes.
Yeah, it seems as if there is something. There's one meal she will eat in bed at least.
Yeah, that's for sure.
No, I actually don't eat in bed.
You don't?
No, I don't care about it.
Oh, it's not a rule
It's
in
not
your
a
household?
rule. I just don't.
What about you, Isaiah?
Big no for me.
You don't eat in bed at all?
I am against it, actually.
Does that have anything to do with Jim the dog or?
Jim, I mean, he's not allowed to bring anything into the bed. He's always trying to bring toys up there and whatnot.
But
It's
he
automatic
can get
no.
into bed.
He is allowed in the bed, which, I mean, is
Which
worse
is,
than a meal.
I think it's dirtier than any food.
Worse than any food I could take into there, but at this point we've accepted it.
Yeah.
But for me personally, it is a big no eating in the bed.
All right. Why do you not allow yourself to eat in the bed?
I don't. Yeah, I know. I just think I think it's kind of gross. I don't want like chips and stuff in my
Okay.
bed. I don't want to be rolling around.
What
in
about
it.
other kind of food though?
There's no food that I would accept.
But not every food makes a mess. You might not even realize it.
Still, no.
Somebody could come in your
eating
bed and eat and not even, and you wouldn't even know
If
you
you're
were there
eating
for
it, it's going to make a mess.
Yeah, I agree.
We just can't help it.
I don't like that attitude.
Well, how are
Like,
you
what
with
food are
eating?
you eating in there that you're just cool with? Like a hamburger or what?
If you get like first of all, if you have like chips or any kind of like finger food, you just put it in a cup and you just put it in your mouth. There's no transfer of that on your fingers, so it's not going to get crumbs everywhere.
Let's
First
break
of
this
all.
apart too. Like, are you watching a movie in bed? Is
What's
that
the
what
reason?
it is? Like, what's the reason?
Well, yeah, maybe you're watching.
If I'm just
I
resting,
got a
I'm
TV
not eating.
right beside my bed. Nikki, I feel like you more than anyone should know. You watch TikTok in your bed all the time.
Well, I
and
can't eat
YouTube.
that.
I'm snacking, yeah.
I'm going through the feed. How
it's-
can I?
You
He's
got
busy.
2 hands. You got 2 hands.
He's over here
And don't you have a
scrolling
servant?
TikTok, just throwing Cheez-Its in
And
her
what about
mouth.
your servant boy? Don't you have him drop the grapes directly into your open mouth while you scroll TikTok? Come
I
on.
think you've got my evenings wrong.
Yeah, that's what I picture though. No, but I mean, maybe some people like to read in bed. You're gonna withhold yourself from eating while you read.
That's true. It has been popular. I just keep seeing you get those like mounts that go on the side of your bed, and then it holds your phone up, and then you can get like the remote so you can read through pages and not even like just lay down.
And have hands free for eating as well if you need that. What? Okay. What about drinking in bed?
I
I'm
will
okay
have
with
tea.
that.
Yeah.
So what's the difference?
But for me, yet again, also, I need a closed lid.
You're a big spiller.
I'm not a big spiller, but I'm afraid to spill.
You
And I
need-
don't
whoa,
spend
whoa,
a lot
whoa.
of time in bed. When I go to bed, I'm
You're
going to bed.
Yeah.
I'm not watching TV in bed or a show in bed. I'm watching all that in the living room. I will sit in my living room every single night until I'm ready for bed.
All right, Chris, don't listen. Isaiah has to have a closed lid in his own bed, but here in the studio with all this expensive
Well,
equipment,
you know, when you're at
a
home,
wide open cup.
when you're at home, it's really different rules, you know?
That's
my
your
gosh.
stuff. That's your property at home.
Even mine has lids. What are you doing?
I mean, you can't sleep if you spill the drink in the bed. You can still sleep if you spill in the radio.
Well,
you
he's
Oh,
sleep.
yeah, I just
he's
had
over
home.
there. So they say 47% have eaten snacks or meals. 85% you might be having breakfast in bed for this morning for Valentine's Day. And
That's
then
high.
34% do not allow any food or snacks in bed.
That's me. I'm in that category. None. Is it like would you allow your partner to bring it into the bed? Because for
See,
me, I would say no.
That's the thing, because for me, myself, I don't mind if I eat in the bed.
You don't trust them, do
But
you?
it's a lot. It's a lot easier to want to have nobody else eat in the bed except for you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care
You're
if
like,
I eat in the
actually,
bed.
no.
But everyone else should not do it. Should not eat in my bed. But no, I think my wife probably is more likely to eat in bed than I am.
And you're fine with it.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't have a rule against it.
They say if it's going to be eaten in bed, it's usually breakfast. That's 52%. 52% say they can't fully enjoy eating in bed because they're worried about the mess. 26% believe it's lazy to eat in bed.
Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty judgmental.
I'm judgmental. I think it's lazy. Get out of bed. What are you doing in bed at this hour?
Your bed is so comfortable.
Yeah, but you need to get out of bed and
TV
start
is
your
right
day.
there, and my phone is right in my hand, and I can eat there if I want.
Go
I got
start your
pillows. I got
day.
everything. I got blankets.
Get out of there.
It's
Just
all.
You lazy bum.
Put the blanket down and then just eat over it. They do say, though, today's the day. So, like, if you do or do not eat in bed, Valentine's Day, according to this study, is the most common time when it's okay to eat in bed.
Can you imagine if one of us got breakfast in bed before the show?
This morning,
It's like so
4
early.
a.m.
I would have been so irritable.
Your partner walks in. Here, I made you bacon and eggs.
It's
I'm
wonderful.
like, you think I can eat at an hour like this? It's 4 a.m.
Actually, we could. I
Yeah,
think
right.
that does sound
Yeah,
wonderful.
I wouldn't be upset about it, actually.
This is Radio U's Worst of the Riot.
A list of dating tips from senior citizens that are in a like, you know, what do you call it? Like a senior
A senior
a
center?
nursing home?
Nursing home?
Yeah, assisted living. These are average age 90 for these folks.
Has any of you guys ever had your grandparents, like, if they lose someone or they get divorced, like, start dating again? It's really weird.
I can imagine.
Really strange.
Never mind. It's not even worth getting into. But it's weird to Nikki. It's weird at my family, but I've been okay with it.
Well, it's just weird when they're older. Because, I mean, like, I remember my grandmother, like, dating was like, okay, they were going on like a senior trip with all their other senior citizen friends, and they would go like on a bus. And it was like, oh, but you had a friend. It was
They
just
sat
like-
together in old hands?
It was strange.
What's so bad about
It's
that?
different.
No, fine. We'll get into it.
It's your grandparents.
I have a great aunt. She's like in her 90s, and she just a couple of years back got married for the first time.
That's strange.
And I
Good
was
for
like, good
her.
for her. Yeah, I was like, why should she not be able to get married? She's lived her whole life. Let her fall in love.
I think that's fine. It's just weird when it's not like with your grandfather or something. It's different.
Yeah, I guess it is. But okay, you want
Congratulations to her, though.
Yeah, thank you. I'll pass that along. All right, you want some dating advice from seniors?
Yes.
All right, listen to these tips. See if you agree. First, don't jump into bed, says Anne. They're really talking about first dates. That's what Anne says. Alex says, do go for a romantic meal. Don't bring your parents.
Well, thanks for that, Alex.
Is that
Any
something
other
they
hot
used
takes
to
you
do?
want to make?
Something they used to
Well,
do in the olden days?
What Alex is meaning is you take your grandparents so that they can go. These are the
They
older
just want to
ones.
spend time with you.
Aw.
Jean says only a good night's kiss.
Oh,
on
that's
the
After
first
you tuck her
day.
in or what?
Stanley says always be loyal and faithful to your partner.
That's nice.
This is so sweet. Colin says treat her like a lady.
Mm-hmm.
That's very vague. Eileen says do make them pay. If they can't the first time, it's not worth it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So
that's Eileen.
You have to pay for dinner.
She's not into going Dutch, it sounds like. And Elizabeth says don't sit in the back row of the cinema.
Oh, because that's the
Yeah, you're not
no
supposed
kissy
to do that.
kissy in the
Yeah,
back.
I guess so. How about this? I've got Dawn and Jean. They
First off, these all sound like older people
they
names,
do,
don't
right?
they?
Yeah, they do.
Well, Dawn and Jean have been married for 72 years.
Wow.
And Dawn's advice is put your phone down and have a chat together.
Yeah, they're always just
Am I being
saying
scolded or is it advice or are they yelling at me?
I think it's mostly good advice, but from Dawn, you got to listen. Married 72 years, they must be doing something right. But I read
that's
some
not
of these.
fair because they didn't have phones for their
Outdated.
distraction.
Yeah,
so like
that's right.
what was their distraction when they would be dating?
Typewriter.
Put the cigarette down.
Cigarette. I don't know. I think a lot of this advice is good, but just because somebody's old doesn't mean they have good advice. Think of all your friends right now. Some of them are stupid, and some of them will live to their 90, and they'll still be stupid then. So
They'll be
is
giving their
true.
kids that same advice.
I don't know. Like Pam says, chat normally, then dance. I don't know about that one, Pam.
Oh, you didn't tell me their pictures are on this article. If you go
yeah.
down.
You keep
Aw.
looking. How about, let's see, Beryl says, make sure he has a sense of humor.
Oh, okay.
Is that good advice?
That's excellent advice.
And she said, they met when her and her husband met when they were 14.
Oh.
And now she's 80 something.
Okay.
So going
That's
strong for a
something.
long time. Different times. Better times.
'Cause they always
Tough to say.
They keep calling it like go to the cinema.
Uh-huh.
I know.
One of them, I think it was, who was it that said one of their first dates was going to see Danny Kaye.
Oh, really?
So different times.
Yep. But
But
still,
some of the advice still holds, I think.
the thread of it is respect.
Yeah.
It feels like in love.
Isaiah,
And-
you've been on some recent first dates.
Yeah.
Is this good advice?
I think that there's some stuff to take away here.
I think your grandmother needs to
couple
set you
things.
up.
Yeah, why don't you? Yeah, I
There's
think
a couple
so.
things to take away here. I think I would listen more to our advice, but I think Beryl, she's making good points. And Jean and Donna.
Yeah,
and-
actually, we don't want these elders to take our show over.
I know.
People listen for the dating advice. If we start showing off that there's
I
people
know,
that have
but
more
ours-
wisdom than we
Listen,
do.
ours is not working anymore, so like we gotta find
Like
something.
we would we have really like we would have never thought of like not bringing your parents on a date. I didn't realize we had to go to that level of like maybe you should show up with your wallet on a date too.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. We
It's-
should start getting back to the basics. I think.
It sounds like Alex may not have been on a first date for a long time.
a long, long time.
He is 86.
Here's one last thing: holding hands and make sure you always have a lovely day.
Oh, that's
Very
good
nice.
advice.
Hudson, Nikki,
The Riot.
on Radio U.
But what about cats? Let's talk about how there's the old stereotype of the crazy, lonely cat lady. That if you have too many cats, right, and especially if you're a lady, that's a sign that, you don't have someone special in your life.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a new survey here that says that it's actually possibly the opposite, that cat owners are actually have higher marriage rates than people who do not own cats.
Because you're more responsible since you have a ton of cats.
Yeah, maybe, or maybe
That you're
that's
watching?
maybe like they're just surveying cat owners, so maybe once you're married, you get a cat. That's a marriage thing. I don't know, but so there's that. They also found that people who are cat owners are ever so slightly more likely to be in a relationship than people who do not have cats.
So it's not like they're saying cat owners could be better or in more relationships compared to dog owners. They're just
No.
saying like if you just don't have a pet.
Yeah, cats versus whatever else you might have. If you have a cat, it doesn't mean that you're more likely to be lonely, basically. It's not a sign of loneliness or something that you do to compensate necessarily.
See, I've always had several cats at one time,
Uh-huh.
but now it's been a while. I only have one cat, and it's different because you want them to have a little friend.
Yeah.
And then, before you know it, you have like a family of 5
That's
cats.
right. That's how it starts.
It
and how
does.
the fur ball gets rolling.
And
I don't know.
Most of my cats I always found, like they were
Uh-huh.
always strays. And you just,
Yeah.
like, what are you going to do?
Yeah, you
Say
can
no
just,
to it?
Yeah, you can't let it go after you get in, you become a little attached to it, and
Mm-hmm.
then what are you supposed to do? I don't know. It's still weird to me, even seeing this survey, that if you have a cat, it doesn't mean you're more likely to be single or not married or anything like that. But maybe it almost feels different for guys, because if I was single and I had a dog, like if I was Isaiah having a dog, that doesn't seem out of the ordinary at all.
But cats can be better because in a lot of cases it's less work.
It's easier to take care of, but it would feel crazy to me to be, hi, I'm a single man with a cat.
With a cat.
And I guess it's even crazier for
Well,
women feel that even more.
That's
So
your problem.
I know that's a mental thing for me,
It
but
is.
I also feel like there's not that many single
Well, I know
guys
you
with
get a cat
cats.
now. Zafir would love a cat. A lot
Yeah.
of dogs do great with a little cat friend.
Yeah, maybe, but
Especially if they're an older cat and they're more like they're not threatened.
I don't know if cats claw stuff.
They do not.
They're not that much
No.
fun. If I get a lady
and they
cat,
don't
it might
bark
spray
like your
on
dog.
stuff.
No, they don't. You get an older one and they're fine.
I don't know. Why is it available if it's older?
Because
I've been kicked out of other houses for peeing on stuff and scratching things.
that is not.
And being no fun to
all right.
have
You're
around.
not a cat person.
I'm
That's
not a cat
fine.
person. But the thing is, if it doesn't do all those things, then it's like I can have it around. They don't bother me but I feel like the risk is not worth the reward because I don't feel like there is a reward.
Well, I'm going to let you borrow my cat Mochi for the weekend. He's outside of he tears apart any sort of Amazon box, like he'll just shred it. Outside of that, he's perfect.
What about
he's
you mean
perfect?
Yeah. You set this all up just for
just
that.
For that.
Doesn't he shed a lot?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Never, well, I mean, it's not like it would hurt anything.
Then you
anyways,
just wear it on you, and it's fine.
Yeah, I would just blend right in with all the dog
all
fur,
the dog
so.
hair.
All right. Well, I mean, I'll cat sit for you for a price.
You're never going to give him back.
The Riot with Hudson and Nikki on Radio U.
It is Valentine's Day, but that's not the only nationally recognized holiday this week. Coming up on Sunday, right? Is Sunday actually your birthday?
It is.
Sunday is Nikki's birthday.
You so get out of it because it's not a riot day.
Well, that doesn't mean that. That means you get Friday and Monday birthdays
to celebrate in honor of it.
But you have a birthday dilemma, I'm understanding.
So today, Eric is ordering me a birthday cake. But I do low carb. I'm not keto, but anytime you're looking at bakery stuff, I found a keto bakery.
Okay.
And so I would like to have a birthday cake on Sunday, but I don't know which one to pick.
Yeah, that's tough. It's tough to. I would pick one that's not keto. Is what I would pick. First of all,
I know, but like it is what it is.
It's your birthday. You got to cut loose.
No, I can't.
Why not?
What if that's the moment that topples me, and then I can't go back to low carb after it?
If you can't live a little on your birthday,
I can't.
Then what's that? Why even have a birthday?
I can't. At all.
I say get a full sugar cake, snort some cocaine, and have a good time. It's your birthday. It doesn't count.
Cocaine bear it is.
Yeah. So what are your choices then?
That is just sugar at this point. Okay, so should I get a chocolate cake with vanilla buttercream icing?
A chocolate keto cake, vanilla buttercream icing.
You don't need to add that in.
No, I think that's important.
For the decision?
Yeah, because they're all keto, but I think it's important to remember that they're all keto and which cake that you're choosing from will work best being a keto style cake.
So I usually when I had more sugar, I would love like the big buttercream icing, chocolate cake. That was normally mine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid though, when you take, because it's sugar free, when you take the sugar out, like it's just not going to be as scrumptious.
It's
soft.
Yes.
Like,
You're
I'm
definitely
worried.
right. All of that is
I'm
probably
worried.
correct.
So they also have like a peanut butter Buckeye one that has like little sugar-free like Buckeyes that are made around the top of it.
Yeah.
So I think that one looks more impressive. But then do I want a whole peanut butter cake? It's like chocolate cake with peanut butter icing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't decide between the two.
Peanut butter icing. Yeah, that's a good. See, my initial thought was I think you should do the Buckeye cake because peanut butter is already inherently, it's good, and it's already closer to being keto. Like, you know what I mean?
No, I get ya.
It can't be harmed as much by removing the sugar, but
maybe I need the peanut butter to help.
that's
needs to
right.
help the
That'll
cake.
feel more normal, but I'm afraid if it's peanut butter icing and it's not just straight up peanut butter, that also could not be very good at all.
Peanut butter icing, chocolate cake with the Buckeyes around it.
All right. Well, if
you guys could text, because I do whatever anybody tells me to do. So if you could say vanilla buttercream chocolate cake, or should I go for it and just get the Buckeye peanut butter one?
Which one of those keto cakes sounds better? Text in at 8772 Radio U. Give Nikki some birthday cake advice.
And there's no other option. You can't pick C of like just get a normal cake.
Yeah.
We're doing this.
She's not doing that.
We're doing this time.
All right. Text in at 8772 Radio U.
The Riot. Radio U.
Now, the question at hand. Nikki's birthday is coming up. It's on Sunday.
We're almost there.
A birthday cake order is going to be made today for you. And you've got to make a decision on which cake you want. It's a keto cake because you're low carb.
Not keto, but
sugar-free.
Like cake-wise, I just got to go keto then.
Yeah, and so the choices are Buckeye-style cake,
Yep.
peanut butter and chocolates.
Or is that too much and I should just go basic with the chocolate with vanilla buttercream?
Now, people have been chiming in. I see D, who just simply says Buckeye.
A lot of peanut butter votes.
Jocelyn, Buckeye cake.
Yep.
Ashton,
Buckeye
Buckeye.
cake. I feel like it's Bal the Buzz.
Yeah, except that it's a landslide for the Buckeye cake.
Well, now, Regina says, she also is going for it. Says, go for it. Go for the Buckeye cake. After all, it's hard to, get peanut butter and chocolate wrong. But Rachel did go in. You eventually just said, why don't I just order a regular birthday cake and just have the sugar in it? And Rachel said, get the regular cake. But then I guess if going sugar-free, getting a Buckeye one.
I also see Jessica who said, we even said it during the Reese's taste test we did yesterday. It's hard to mess up peanut butter and chocolate. Mm-hmm. So that's another good argument there.
I don't want to mess up the birthday cake that I am getting. And what if that's too bold of a move and it isn't the best? Like it's too much peanut butter and chocolate.
I don't know. Whoever said that?
I could very well say it.
Sorry, excuse me. This is too much peanut butter and chocolate. Thank you very much. There's no such thing, especially on your birthday.
Now, I do appreciate Mike's text in said, how about a steak cake?
Now, that's key. That's low carb there.
I'm not carnivore.
And that sounds pretty tasty. And you could top it with peanut butter and chocolate.
Oh, I bet that'd actually be pretty good.
It might be good. Now, I had an idea too, okay? Mm-hmm. I thought, why not look up the reviews for the actual bakery?
Oh, that's a great idea.
And see what people are saying. And so I did. And I'm not going to read them all to you, but I'll tell you that it has a 4.8 out of 5 on Google.
That's good.
That's good. And there's several reviews that mention Buckeyes in various different ways, and none that say whatever the other cake
chocolate
was.
cake with vanilla buttercream.
None that bring that up out of all of them. But so many say Buckeye.
All right. I'm going to go with that.
I've got one more thing you could do if you're really not sure.
Mm-hmm.
Go visit and ask for a sample.
Oh, that's a good one, too.
Yeah.
Looks like it's far away, though, and I don't want to.
Well, do you want to get the right cake or not?
Have you seen how expensive alternative cakes are? I can't afford the gas and the cake.
Yeah, that's right. It's your birthday.
I can't.
It's your birthday. It's not on your dime.
Actually, at that point, it'd probably be just safer if I just got both the cakes.
Yeah, that's right. You'll probably be convinced, and then you can't go wrong. You might as well do that.
Well, if anybody else...
That's a good idea.
If you're keto or low sugar or anything like that, or just boring and have no other options for your birthday... let me know if there's something you found that's better. But I think I'm going to go with the Buckeye cake.
I guess
All
so.
right.
You'd be letting a lot of people down, it sounds like.
And then if there's
most importantly, letting yourself down.
If there's any leftovers, I'll bring them in on Monday.
Ooh, we'll see if this keto cake is really all it's cracked up to be.
You can try.
Thanks for watching the worst of the riot. Since you made it this far, you might as well like, subscribe, and check out riot.radiou.com for even more riot.